How was your week?
Pretty good, mostly. Right up until the end. Got sick today. Just no bueno.
I bet you just had like a little food poisoning or something.
Yeah. I had diner broccoli last night, and that should be a crime. Both selling it and selecting it from a menu. Like, I should be in prison today. How was your week?
Not very good. But it's over now. It was just a stressful week. It's road rage. Road rage with Shea.
Oh, love how well that person got that median. Drove right over it. Oh, okay, I guess old Aunt Helen is getting over into this lane. You had your chance, Helen. Jesus fucking Christ. This is the same woman that went over the median. I don't know if her name's Helen, but that's what... Look at this fucking clown! Yeah, turn right here, you dipshit. Fucking Helen.
Of all of the videos we've done, which one is your favorite video?
The movie trailers, I think, are my favorites.
Yeah. Garbage Boy. I think that one was my favorite. It was also very weird to be like outside in front of people flinging trash. I don't embarrass easily, so that's good. So, something that I thought about way too much today that I wanted to ask you about.
Sure.
Let's say you're driving and you see something fly by and you don't know if it was a bird or a bat or a leaf or, you don't know what it is.
Okay.
Is that technically a UFO?
That's what you spent so much time thinking about
really
today?
did, yes. Because it is an unidentified flying object.
Sure, by the strictest sense of the word. I feel like when they're referring to UFOs, it's like when you catch it on film. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you had been taking a video, you could go back in the video and identify what that object was.
If I see like some sort of, spaceship or something, I'm going to be like, I bet that's a UFO.
Yeah, right.
But if you identify it, then you do know what it is.
But is it a UFO? A spaceship?
After you say it, is it anymore?
Is it a spaceship? Is what I meant to ask?
I'm just saying, the second you call it a UFO, you've identified it. So now it's
as a UFO.
Now it's an IFO, an identified flying object.
UFO is not an identity for that item. If it's a plate,
it's a title, is it not?
It's a place. It's a placeholder, not a name. If a plate flies through the air and you don't identify it, but you say that's a UFO, it doesn't suddenly become identified because you still haven't called it a plate.
Well, but you called it a UFO.
But if it is a plate, then it's been identified. Just because you called it something doesn't mean that it's identified. Like, that would be like if
Why not? You identified it as that.
Because you didn't identify it. You just put a name on it.
Yeah.
No, you did not identify it. Calling something an unidentified flying object does not clarify what that object is. It just means that you don't know what it is.
Would you consider yourself identified?
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
You have a name, you have a social security number, you're identified, right?
Okay. Do you have a follow-up point? If somebody sees me run past and says, that's Steve, they're not right.
So does that make you unidentified?
Yes!
So you're a UFO?
No! From the perspective of the person who called me Steve, that makes me unidentified.
Okay.
Just because you say that something, that's Steve, doesn't make me Steve. I'm still a UFO, because that's a placeholder for what I actually am.
You're a UFP, an unidentified flying person. Are you flying in this scenario? Look, just because he's wrong and your name isn't Steve doesn't mean you haven't been identified. He identified you.
No,
he's wrong.
No, he
but
didn't.
He did.
He did not. That's the point I'm trying to make. You say UFO because you don't know what the fuck the thing is that you saw.
Alright. Agree to disagree.
No! You're wrong!
I'm really glad weird car. It looked like it was straight from Jurassic Park.
Could have been.
I don't know. It's hard to say. It hasn't been identified.
Shut the fuck up.
And now, for what everyone's been waiting for.
It's time to hear about Fisher's plants, and their names are Willow and Fern.
Yeah, so Fern and Willow have been doing really, really great. They're really thriving in the city, and they've grown quite a bit. Insert before and current.
You don't need to say these things. You can just do them.
I like to have that under the... Whatever. I'm starting to wonder, like, how big these things get, because I might have to get another pot.
Are they cactuses? Cacti?
Cacti. Yes. I don't know what kind, like what variety, but yeah. They're those ones that people typically graft those flowers onto the top of.
Oh.
But I didn't want that. They're not 3 anymore. They're old ladies showing some class.
We did get them at a hardware store, so...
Maybe that's why they're so hardcore. They're used to, like, the sound of industrial equipment.
They said, the booze at an off-Broadway show were nothing to us. You think a hardware store is gonna keep us down?
Did they smoke?
I imagine.
Thanks for watching Fisher's Plants. We hope to see you next time, but
There's fucking bricks in the street.
sometimes it's nice because our garbage cans are crooked. And sometimes I'll jam one of those bricks under there, so they're not completely useless. Now I'm saying I've identified them as useless. Or not you. Whatever.
Yeah, couldn't identify them, huh?
Watch it. They're about to become flying objects.
I'll look myself. Alright.
Have you identified if we're close enough to the curb?
Bye!
Bye!